thanks, Bill. Interesting knife. I only have about an hour to play with it. The rest of the group has already done lots of split wood fires and batoning, and and of which it's held up more than fine. Huge relearning curve for me. If I was to kind of keep this one, the balance is kind of opposite of what I've gotten used to, but it's all a matter of relearning. Overall, pretty good knife. I only carved a trap trigger with it. I figure if I can carve a trap trigger, you can carve anything else I ever want to carve with it. Especially with an original edge still on it. I put a little bit of I took a hone steel to it, just kind of cleaned it just a little bit, just enough to take out some of the wire edges on it from use. Pretty good knife overall. Balances, like I said, totally backwards. I'm used to the tops tracker. And having smaller hands, I definitely have a tendency to want to choke up on it. Typical tops, the back needs filed if you want to use it with a fire steel. I couldn't get it to do anything, at least with none of mine. Just barely, and I mean, I'm really reefing in it. So, it just needs a file run across there, square off that edge. It'll probably work pretty good. Like I said, overall, it's not bad. I think if I owned it personally, I would, and this is typical of tops, I find they have a very sharp, I don't know, whatever that bevel there is called. I think if a guy was to sit there with a mouse pad, some sandpaper, and probably an hour, you could have this thing just evil. Kind of reminds me of the Turley grind and his convexing. You can kind of see that varied height there, and which also thins the blade down towards the front. This size, I don't know. I'd think it should be a little bit heavier, but just my thoughts. Sheath ain't bad. I'm not much for these kinds of sheaths, either like leather or straight up Kydex. Little pocket. Probably put, I think there's the tops whistles in there. You could put all kinds of little gizmos and gadgets in there. I could probably put an entire Altoids type kit in there as well. Liner comes out. Could probably put some paracord through there to lock it in. Lots of attachments for the back. I forget what those are called. Ways to lash it. You can see it's fully covered. So anyway, thanks, Bill. KC, you're next. I'll get it out to you hopefully this afternoon.